Okay, people, I feel like it's time we actually have a meaningful conversation about the wall, the cause and effect relationship of our decisions, and the necessity for a wall, or at least perceived necessity for a wall, and the things that kind of got us to this position. I think we can all agree how we feel about illegal immigration. Yeah, we do. I think we can all agree how we feel about drugs. We're all pretty much on the same page there. And I think we can all agree how we feel about government spending. Once again, it's not an area of contention. We're all on the same page. But what we can agree to is what caused this. How did we get in this position? Well, almost a century ago, we decided that we were going to declare a war on drugs. And underneath that decision was an economic problem, a health and humanity problem, and several other problems that people made a decision that drugs were bad, and as such they should be illegal. Now, would I say that's a wrong decision? No, but it was short-sighted. Imagine a world in which corn, or a product of corn, were illegal. America would immediately be hit with an economic crisis, and that product that was now illegal would become part of an underground economy. It would give rise to corruption here in America, more than what we already have, and it would create a black market for the product of something that is otherwise legal, but part of it is illegal. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with that problem here in this country because our leading economic driver is still legal. All of the products created from it are still legal. But if you look at the products of sugarcane and various other products around the world, opium from poppies, you start to see how the war on drugs has adversely affected their economies, and how our decision here in this country that other countries then joined us in has crushed these countries' economies. And due to that, it created a criminal niche for thugs and gangsters and drug cartels to fill a void where government used to regulate and, kind of run the agricultural businesses of these countries. Now the government could not, and it had to be criminally run. And so if you look at the long-term cause and effect of the war on drugs, it has put us where we are now. We crushed the economies of the countries to the south of us. Not just Mexico, not just Central America, South America as well. And when you crush these countries' economies, it destabilizes their government. It turns their governments into criminal syndicates. It gives rise to cartels and gangsters and their forms of mobsters. Just as prohibition did here in America, we recognized it couldn't be effective. People were going to find ways to consume alcohol, produce alcohol, and distribute alcohol. And likewise, the war on drugs has been equally ineffective, and it's cost us immensely. The gross tracking on spending on the war on drugs now puts us over $1 trillion in the years we've been fighting it. Now, if you look at it from the economic standpoint, that's not just $1 trillion. That's $1 trillion spent, but that's import tariff, fees, taxes, sales tax sold in America that we've missed out on. Do you feel like cocaine has gone anywhere? Heroin has gone anywhere? Meth hasn't actually benefited from this? You'd be mistaken if you think we're winning the war on drugs in any way. It's cost our economy, it's cost our safety, it's cost, societally. People now have to live in denial about a problem that they have instead of being able to confront it. If you have a problem with a drug, you have to ignore it, because if you acknowledge it, now you're acknowledging criminal activity. So if we ended the war on drugs, it wouldn't just help our economy, because we're spending close to $100 billion a year on this. It would save our society. It would save countries' governments. It would change the world in which we live. And I think we can all agree that peace, prosperity, security, health are things that all generally make us better. The answer isn't to make it illegal and then hide from it. The answer is to acknowledge it and confront it as a united front. And ending the war on drugs is really the only answer to the question we aren't asking. So, I think everyone being healthy makes us all happy. Government spending less money, I mean, that's going to go as a win. And then it also has the byproduct of creating world peace. Now, is it the answer? Is that by itself going to create world peace? No, it's not. But it's a step, and it's a step in the right direction that would negate the necessity for a wall. It's a step we need to take. If we claim to be responsible and we claim to lead our government, it's time we do so. And it's time we tell them we're done spending money on a war that we aren't winning, we aren't going to win, and has cost us dearly, and cost everyone around us dearly. This has been the Benson Report. Have a great weekend.